right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in to NorCal Sports Network with a little playoff coverage. Just watched the Detroit Tigers beat the Seattle Mariners in extra innings, 3-2, in a pretty entertaining game if you like playoff baseball. Close game. Out of 4 games today, we'll go through them all, but Tigers win the most recent one, and that's a big win with Tariq Skubal going on the mound tomorrow. So before we get into it, let us thank the sponsor of this show, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. Make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call for all your legal needs. They can help you with anything that comes to legal matters, but when you're looking for a personal injury attorney, Chapman Law Group got you covered. Don't leave money on the table. Don't settle with that insurance company before giving Chapman Law Group a call. 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. All right, guys, little playoff baseball today. 4 games on the docket, and it was pretty, we had a blowout in the early game with Milwaukee ripping on the Cubs early, and then the Blue Jays took it to the Yankees, and then the Dodgers came from behind down 3-0, and they win it 5-3. Big hit there was the Teoscar Hernandez home run. And then tonight, the Tigers get it done on the road. And what's kind of tough about this one for the Mariners, they got to face Tariq Skubal tomorrow. That is rough. If you don't get something going and you go down 2-0 and you have to go back to Detroit, that would be a tough thing to, in a short 5-game series, that would be tough to overcome. So 3-2, Tigers win it. And that one, the Mariners had the early lead, right? They were up 1-0. They put across a run in the 4th inning, but Detroit would come back with 2 of their own in the top of the 5th. The home run, the big home run by Kerry Carpenter, put them up 2-1. Then the Mariners would tie it back in the bottom of the 6th on a Julio Rodriguez single scoring Randy Arozarena. And that was all the scoring until the extras, and we had to go 11 innings. How'd you guys like that? No ghost runner, just regular baseball. Regular baseball, no man on second to start the inning. This is the way baseball should be. I get it with the regular season, but at least they don't do that garbage in the playoffs. Who would ever forget the 18th inning home run in the nation's capital by Brandon Belt in 2014, right? Who would ever forget that? Yeah, that was classic, right? That was classic. So playoff baseball, nothing like it. And that's an understatement. Giants can't use that slogan, nothing like it, when it comes to playoff baseball. So this is going to be a very, very interesting playoff series, these 4 series. Probably the game most people are interested in is no Kua, you will not see me wearing that Dodger hat on this show. Okay. If you want to drop a big $500 super chat for me to put that on, I would have to, you know, you said put the Dodger hat on for 500. Yeah, I could be bought for that. Yeah. Um, but hey, this one, Detroit, it's a nice looking lid. I kind of like, the D, and it's a classic look, you know. Got all the hats behind me, of course, as you can see. But the game that probably most people are interested in most is the Phillies Dodgers, I should say, game or series. That's got Dodger fans who are in this chat and Giants fans alike very interested. Giants fans, of course, rooting hard for Philadelphia and looking to see the Dodgers get disappointment once again. It would be, if you look at it, the Dodgers have won one legitimate World Series since 1988. So 36 years. This is year 37. So the Dodgers won in 2024. Can they repeat in 25? The odds say they look like they have the best team. I mean, not going to sit here and sugarcoat you and insult your intelligence and tell you that the Dodgers don't have the inside track. They've got the pitching. I mean, look at what they can do for you, right? They can throw 3 starters, especially in this series. The schedule really favors the Dodgers because the schedule, let me pull up the schedule for you guys, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The schedule looks like this. We had game ones all today, but tomorrow there is no game 2 for anybody, but it's the American League. No National League games tomorrow. So they're going to alternate so that they can have something going every day. So Tuesday's the next day for the National League, and that's going to allow Blake Snell to go on full rest, and then they don't play again on Tuesday. They play Wednesday on October 8th. So what this does is it gives the Dodgers, I think, a pretty good advantage because game 2, you can now go with Blake Snell. Game 3, which will not be until Wednesday, that will allow you to come back with Yamamoto. And if there's a game 4 in LA, that will be let's see, game 3 is in Wednesday. Game 4 would be next Thursday. Well, today's Saturday. You could go with Ohtani again because he would have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He'd have his full 4 days rest, or they can go Glasnow. Now they've got Glasnow in the bullpen. They've got Sasaki in the bullpen. They've got Kershaw in the bullpen. Now you got to face a closer possibly, and Sasaki, and that stuff's wicked to face for an inning. So I don't know. Philly's a tough team too. I think my guess would be the winner of this series between the Phillies and Dodgers would be the betting favorite to go represent the National League in the World Series. That would be my best guess and bet, but stranger things have happened, right? How about a crazy World Series of Seattle? I don't think it's going to happen, guys, but this would be probably maybe one of the least watched World Series, but it would be interesting. Seattle versus Milwaukee. If you guys recall, some of you guys have been around long enough, like me. Seattle had the Seattle Pilots in 1969. They were an expansion team. They lasted in Seattle 1 year, and they moved and became the Milwaukee Brewers the very next year in 1970. So Seattle Pilots was the name of the team. There were 4 expansion teams in 69. There was the Seattle Pilots, the Montreal Expos and San Diego Padres, and the Kansas City Royals. So you had the Royals and the Pilots, Seattle, added to the American League. And then in the National League, of course, you had the Expos and the Padres. So that would be a strange one, wouldn't it? Seattle versus Milwaukee. But I don't think either team makes it personally. I think the American League, Toronto, I like. I mean, the Yankees, I think the winner of that Yankees-Toronto series is the one that ends up in the World Series. And I think it's between Philly and LA. But you never know. That's why they play them, right? We'll see exactly how it turns out. By the way, I was watching Cal football. Let me get that back on because that is a shootout right now happening in Berkeley. And I just got to get that game going. It was Cal was up 14-0. I think right before we came on, I think it was 28-21 Duke. But okay, Epicua says 31-21 now. Okay, so Duke has scored quite a few unanswered points on Cal. Cal's turned it over a few times. But the great one, Larry Krueger, is at that game tonight, watching JKS quarterback for Cal. It's at the half. Okay, so it's 31-21. Thank you for that. Should be a pretty good second half entertainment wise. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's Aaron says don't watch college football, it's trash. Your friend's cousin plays for Cal. Okay, you'll have to send me the name. I'll ask my brother about it. My brother knows all the players because he is on the staff at Cal, played at Cal for 4 years back in the 70s and early 80s. My brother graduated the same year that Ronnie Lott graduated at SC, along with Kenny Easley of UCLA and Dennis Smith of UCLA. My brother was one of the defensive backs that was all Pac-10 back then. No Pac-12. There was no Colorado or who's the other team? Why am I drawing a blank? So you had the Pac-10. Who's the 12th team? Colorado. Why am I drawing? Oh, Utah. Yeah, there was no Utah back then and Colorado in the Pac-10, as they called it. But so somebody is asking me if I played baseball. I did. Through high school, not into college. But I wish I would have played at college. I would have been a walk-on. But would have loved to have played, but for whatever reason, I chose not to, I guess. Don't know if I was good enough to even make the team in college, but would have been fun. I looked like I was a catcher. Oh, I hope I'm not that big. I guess I'm bigger now than I was when I was in high school. That's for darn sure. But guys, the games today, not that great of games except the last two, right? Philadelphia, LA, and then, I think the story in the Chicago-Milwaukee series is interesting. Is Jackson Chourio had 3 hits in the first 2 innings of the game. That the Brewers had put up 9, and that's a new playoff record, 3 hits in the first 2 innings. But on his 3rd hit, it was an infield hit that he beat out, and he may have, pulled a hamstring, and he definitely did something with his hamstring. He had a hamstring injury earlier in the year. In August, he missed 28 games, and he came back in September, wasn't hitting too well, but he legged that hit out in the 2nd inning in the bottom of the 2nd and had to be taken out immediately. It looked like he was walking fine, but on his way to the clubhouse, you could see he was visibly distraught. And, hamstrings are a funny thing. He's probably not going to be able to play on Monday unless he's able to DH and they say, okay, just DH and jog, don't do anything. But I don't think Jackson Chourio is going to be out in the field the rest of this series. It's a short series, and you hope that you can, if you're a Brewers fan or team, you think, hey, maybe we can get well and he'll be okay to play in a week, possibly in the NLCS. So we'll see how this goes. So, but what's your guys' takes on it? Who do you think is who can knock off the Dodgers? And we had the Dodgers Yankees. I definitely do not want to see a repeat this year, but who can knock off the Dodgers in the National League? Who can knock off the Yankees? I think Toronto can definitely take out the Yankees, but it seems like to me the best teams right now are playing in the division series: Dodgers, Phillies, and Toronto Yankees. I think those are the best 4 teams remaining. I don't know how Milwaukee does it. They seem to keep winning, but I don't know. Talking Schmidt says Brewers will smoke Dodgers. Okay. We'll see. That would be an interesting series. Milwaukee didn't they beat the Dodgers all 6 games this year? Milwaukee's an interesting team because they rely on speed and timely hitting. Worried about the Cubs? Yeah, the Cubs are, hey, playoffs, anything can happen. We shall see. It's a bummer that there's no games tomorrow, but in the National League. But at least we got baseball every day now, staggered. So you're going to have baseball on Monday for the National League, and then they'll be off Tuesday as a travel day, and then you got the American League playing on Tuesday, and then both leagues playing on Wednesday. And then, let's see, Dodgers would be playing, if there's games 3 and 4, it will be, they play on Monday, and then they play Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday be game 3, Thursday would be game 4. I don't know if there's a travel day on Friday. Let me take a look here and see. Yeah, there is a travel day Friday for the National League. If they have to go back to the higher seeds ballpark on Friday, they would play that next Saturday. So this 5-game series will be stretched out over 8 days if they go the distance. So, yeah. But that's kind of where we're at. TV rules, right? TV runs the sport. I don't know if any of you guys are college football fans, but a couple of big upsets today. Texas, the number 9 team, was knocked off by Florida, 29-21. That was the final. And UCLA, 0-4, took down number 7, Penn State. So that was a great game. I watched that game. But yeah, your Texas Longhorns and Arch Manning go down 29-21, and they're now 3-2. And Penn State's lost a couple. So, yeah, you've got right down there in Pasadena. So, yeah, a little college football action today. Lots of games going on. So we'll probably do some college football this year, guys. We're going to be doing who are the Giants getting as a manager. Larry Krueger and I will probably do a show together on Monday on that. We'll talk about that. It's a lot of odds out there right now. Seems like the leading odds maker to get that job is Nick Hundley. Should be very interesting. I'm pulling up some of those odds right now. Right now, the odds are 3-1 for Nick Hundley. David Ross, former Cubs manager, 4-1. Skip Schumacher was 5-1, but he's now been hired by Texas. Mark DeRosa, 6-1. Mark Hallberg, 7-1. Craig Albanez, 9-1. Yadier Molina, 10-1. That's my guy. Yadier Molina would be my guy. If I'm running the organization, I'm not messing around. I'm bringing in a stud, a winner, a champion, somebody that doesn't take any BS, someone who's prepared, someone who the players will look up to, someone who the players will have a little bit of fear factor, a little bit of fear factor from Yadier Molina. He just stopped playing a few years ago, right? It's been in the last couple years. Yadier Molina, can you imagine? He's my choice. I know others like Nick Hundley. Look, I want a guy that does. I don't have to have somebody just because he played with the Giants. Just go get the best man. You can tell me that Yadier's not going to mess around. He's not going to mess around, guys. This guy was one of the most prepared catchers ever in the game of baseball. And he was a Gold Glover. Him and Posey just went back and forth. But Yadier was recognized probably more as the better defensive catcher in his career. Phillips says that's my guy too. I'm not messing around. I'm going after Yadier. You know what? Benji Molina, Yadier's brother, Buster took his job in 2010, right? And they traded Benji to Texas. There's a relationship there. I'm not sure. You don't have to go with a catcher, right? Catchers make great managers usually, they say. But, they interviewed Kirk Suzuki, who used to play with Washington. He played for some other teams as well. But I don't know what the Suzuki angle would be. I wonder if the Giants went with the Suzuki angle, if they thought maybe they'd have a opportunity to go after this third baseman guy with big power hitting Japanese ball player, I think is, I can't even, correct me, Chad, if I'm wrong. I think the pronunciation is Morkatna or Cantna. I think don't we have a Morkatna in our chat a lot? Trying to think of the guy's name in Japan. He's the big, Suzuki played with the A's and Angels as well. That's right. So, Japanese ball player. You wonder, is that an angle that the Giants are working on? I don't know. Look, at this point, I just want him to go outside the organization personally. I don't want to see Albanez or, Ron Rodas would be nice in a way, but it's another organizational deal. Mark Hallberg. I think the Giants just need to go out and find the best available guy that is going to, a lot of people like this Tony Vitello from Tennessee because of the energy. It would be a lot of energy. The Giants have been pretty dead with Kapler and Melvin as far as personality goes, right? Very laid back. Cal State Fullerton. I went to college there for a while. Cal State Fullerton. Now, I'm drawing a blank. Why is that? Help me out here, Epicua. Cal State Fullerton. I know Leon Wood. I was there when Leon Wood was the great basketball player who now officiates in the NBA. What is the name of Cal State Fullerton mascot? Why can I not remember it? I used to know it like the back of my hand. Cal State Fullerton. Somebody's going to tell me before I come up with it. So I can't cheat and look. Cal State Fullerton. Titans? Bulldogs? Neither one of those sounds right. Titans. Doesn't ring a bell. I might have to look it up. Hey, Siri, what's the Cal State Fullerton mascot team name?
The choice of the elephant as the university's mascot, dubbed Tuffy the Titan, dates to 1962, when the campus hosted
Titans.
the first intercollegiate elephant race in human history. This is from Wikipedia.
All right, hey, Siri, what is the name of the Cal State Fullerton? What do they go by? What do you call that? Not mascot. It's Titans. Okay, we're hearing Titans. Okay, why does that not ring a bell? Okay, Cal State Fullerton Titans. Maybe that is coming back to me. Titans. Yeah, Leon Wood. Okay. Okay, we're having a little arguments in the chat here with the LA and the Giants fans. Now, the Giants have 3 World Series titles in this century. We've had 25 years in this century. The Giants own 3, the Dodgers own 1. Now, Dodger fans, you heard me right. You own 1 World Series title in this century. Let's see if you can get 3 in 5 years. You lost in 17 and 18. 2020, we don't even count. That was not a real baseball season. There was no fans in the stands. There's stinking cardboard cutouts at Alex Dickerson in left field for the Giants. At the end of each inning, he would throw the last ball before the play was to resume. He would try to fire and knock one of the cardboard cutouts, knock him over. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Just, that's something I would have done, Alex. That's something I would have done. Yeah. The Giants franchise owns 8 world titles. Okay. 8 world titles to the Dodgers 7. And I'm seeing. So, we are not going to recognize your 2020 Cracker Jacks box title. Look, you want that little fake ring? It's out of the fans' control. But it was only 60 games. Come on. It was tainted. You didn't enjoy it that much. There was no parade. It was tainted. And I didn't even care about the Giants getting into the playoffs and winning that year. It was like, who cares? Who wants to kiss their sister, right? I mean, that's kind of like, kind of like the Dodgers World Series. It's kind of like, oh man, what's worse, winning a World Series title when there's a pandemic and nobody gives a crap and there's no fans? Everybody's wearing stinking diapers over their faces. Come on. Come on. Not a real baseball year, 2020. But let's see. Hey, Dodgers right now, you are the reigning champs, 2024. And if you back it up with a 2025 title, you'll be the first to do it, repeat, since the New York Yankees did it in 98, 99, and 2000. Yankees almost did it 4 in a row, guys. Think about that. 2001, they lost to the Diamondbacks in Game 7 in Arizona on the Luis Gonzalez base hit up the middle off of Mariano Rivera, I believe, if I recall. So if the Dodgers can get it done this year, look, we'll tip our cap to you, but rest assured, if the LA Dodgers are for some reason unable to get it done this year, we will all be in the chat down. We will be laughing. So look forward to that. I'm hoping to play that anytime, whether it's the NLDS, CS, or the World Series. If the Dodgers go down, we will have that music, and we will also have this. And we might even give the Dodgers a big. All right. So that's what we're hoping for on the NorCal Sports Network channel. Yep. There's no laughing in baseball, Danny. Yes. And they say there's no crying in baseball. But will Dodger fans be crying this year? My eyes would love to see it. That last gong, that one got me. The gong is kind of loud, guys. Whew. I don't think the earplugs were meant for the gong. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember to pull those out the next time I use the gong. All right. So the best boomer takes on YouTube. All right. There we go. Dodger fans will be crying this year. I got a feeling it's not easy to repeat. It hasn't been done over 25 years. We shall see. This is the series. I thought the Phillies losing tonight is a blow, but if they can come back and win on Monday, then we'll be moving forward with a good series. If the Phillies lose on Monday, I think the series is over. Would you guys agree? I don't think they're going to beat the Dodgers 3 straight, with 2 of them being in LA. So, going to be tough. All right, guys. Let's see. The second half start yet here with Cal. Let's see. Let me turn this puppy on. Yes, second half, 13:21 to go. Hey, listen to what we're listening to.
First down. All right, so the Cal offense coming back on the field. Let's go down on the sideline to Stormy Bonatoni.
That is Dave Fleming, San Francisco Giants broadcaster, covering the Cal-Duke game, an ACC battle. Duke's 2-0 and Cal's 1-0 in the ACC. So 4-1 Cal versus 3-2 Duke, but Duke's offense has been kind of first half cut up Cal. Cal's got the ball at their own 7-yard line to start their drive first and 10. All right, so that should be a good game. Dodger fans showing up in the third and leaving the seventh. So many bandwagon fans, it makes him sick. Yeah. I don't know what it is. What is it with Dodger fans? What is it? I mean, you show up. I know I used to live down there and used to go to many games. What is it with the showing up late and leaving early? I mean, it just, nice run by Cal for the first down to the 20-yard line. What is that, Dodger fans? What's with the I think it's the LA traffic. Okay. Traffic's tough, but traffic everywhere. You got to yeah, I think the realignment, Mark, college it's ridiculous. You got UCLA having to travel and Cal, all these teams having to travel cross country just for their division games or their conference games. It's just crazy. Yeah. So let's see here. Second and 11 for Cal from the 19-yard line. JKS takes the snap. He's dropping straight back to pass. He throws a ball is it caught or did it bounce? They're calling it a catch. Oh, he scooped it right off the turf, it looks like. You better hurry up and hustle before they that was not a catch. I don't think so. You better hurry up before replay review or the coach. No, that hit the ground. Let's see if it's going to be. Should be 3rd and 11 unless Cal's. Are they reviewing this? They are. They're showing too many replays. Looks to me like, let's see. Here's a close up. Oh, wait a minute. Did his hand get underneath it? No, that thing hit the ground. But his hands are underneath. That'll be interesting. That will be interesting to see how they call this one. His hand went under the ball, and they're in the little TV booth. This always cracks me up. Doesn't that? Come on. What are we looking at? What is that? It always cracks me up when they. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, 3rd and 11. They reviewed. They said incomplete. All right. Come on, Cal. You got to get a drive moving. JKS being flushed out of the pocket. Is he going to run it? No, he throws. He got his man over the 40 to the 45, and he's down at the 47-yard line. Nice improv there by JKS. This kid has got a rifle, and he reminds me of a little bit of Tua with a stronger arm and more athleticism. Being that he's a lefty and he's got the same type of name, I think. I don't know, Tagliavoa versus however you say his last name. So anyway, what do we got here? We got some stuff going on in here in the chat here. All right. Mando record man. Hey, yeah, get out of here. Whatever. So anyway, we got 2nd and 11 for Cal. They lost a yard, and JKS back to pass. Boy, he's got a cannon. Oh, he threw another interception. Oh man, threw another interception. He's a freshman and he's making some freshman mistakes. All right. This is rough for Cal tonight. They're turning the ball over. He just didn't see him. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we've got some really interesting things going on with this playoffs. And, we're talking a lot of games tomorrow. Again, it's just 2 games. Scooble going tomorrow for Detroit, right? So advantage Detroit at Seattle. That one is going to be a really interesting game because that one is you've got the pitching matchup for tomorrow's game is Tariq Skubal going for Detroit versus Luis Castillo. So that's a pretty good pitching matchup. And then New York's going with Max Fried versus Trey Yusavage, the rookie for Toronto. Yusavage. I think it's how you say it, Yusavage. Anyway, that's interesting matchup that Toronto's going to go with. How about Giants fans watching Kevin Gausman today deal for Toronto? How did that make you feel when you watched that? This would be, imagine if Gausman, who wanted to come back to the Giants, Farhan screwed this team so many ways. You could have had Gausman and Webb 1-2. This is year 4 of a 5-year deal that Gausman signed. He's been very effective for the most part. You know, there's been some rough stretches for him over the 4-year period, but you know, Gausman has been a pretty reliable starting pitcher, and he would have been cheaper than even Robbie Ray. Look, Farhan was just a mess, the decisions he made. What's the 1-0 stuff below the team's actual records? That's probably, if you're looking at the 1-0, is 1-0 in the series, I would assume, right, Kyle? They're up 1-0 in the series. Probably shows for Toronto, Detroit, LA, and Milwaukee, I'm guessing. I'm not looking at the deal there, but yeah, that's what it's got to be. It's got to be the series. So you want the Farhan impersonation again? Oh man, got to get my pillow and my checkered shirt. So, but yeah. So anyway, we've got in college football. Oh, okay. That's their conference record. Cal's conference record in the ACC, 1-0 and 2-0 for Duke, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. The Gausman contract is a great team-friendly deal. Hard to believe the Giants, Reds, Braves, and Orioles all gave up on him. Yeah, he was the number 1 draft pick out of college. Well, didn't he go to LSU? Wasn't Gausman an LSU guy, just like Paul Skeens and Ben McDonald? Wasn't Ben McDonald an LSU guy too? The former number 1 pick for the Orioles. Tell me if I've got that right. I'm just going off my memory. I thought Gausman was an LSU guy, but maybe I'm wrong. Someone in the chat knows that or could look it up. Kevin Gausman. LSU might be, that might be the College of Arms there. Tennessee's always had some pretty decent arms too. Or Vanderbilt, I mean. Vanderbilt's, yes, on McDonald. Mark, okay. Yeah, Ben McDonald. Where did Gausman go? I thought Gausman was in LSU. Hey, Siri, what college did Kevin Gausman go to? Oh, University of South Florida. Okay. Oh, no, wait, that's Guzman. I want Gausman. Don't give me Guzman. Robert Boyd says LSU. I think he was LSU too. Thank you. LSU for Gausman? I thought it was. I said Gausman, and they print up Guzman, Siri. All right. No Dodger and Laker fans are synonymous with each other. Rams are an outlier. Okay, yeah. Good to see you, Robert Boyd. My man. Yeah, Dave Fleming's a good broadcaster. He's a good broadcaster nationally. He's a really talented broadcaster. He just, for some reason, when he's with the Giants, and I think it's because of Larry Baer, they tell him to be a homer. Larry Baer, hey, Dave, I want you to be as excited and don't say anything negative about the Giants if you want to keep your job. All right. Oh, Cal had a chance to pick it off and it went right through his hands. But 4th and 8. So Duke did not capitalize on that turnover. Still 8:38 to go. Duke's going to be punting. Robert Boyd is around again. All right. Good to see you, Robert. Good to see you. You know, we will be doing some baseball shows. I'll probably be doing some short videos on these after each game rather than doing a, maybe one big wrap up. I'm not sure exactly. But guys, really appreciate you being here in the chat. Matthew says he heard Gosman grew up in Colorado. I think the Rockies should have gone after him. Not many pitchers know how to pitch in Colorado. That's probably true. Yeah. So, hey, I saw an interesting stat yesterday, guys. You want to hear some? I got some interesting stuff on. Let me see if I can find it here. 1 second. I gotta pull it up. Yeah, here it is. Who sent this to me? It might have been Robert. Let me look. Might have been Robert Boyd that sent me this. I think it was Robert. Robert, if it was you, thank you. I can't remember now, but this is the Major League Baseball, the teams with the most top 100 players. And this is pretty interesting, guys. Who do you think in baseball has the top number of players in the top 100? I'll give you a clue. It's 8. Yes, Robert, you did. Thank you. I erased it, but then I kept the graphic, but I erased the text. So I thought it was you. Okay, top, and Robert, you can't answer because you already know the answer because you're the one that sent it to me. Top 100. Who has the most players? Which team has the most players in the current top 100 Major League Baseball? And I will tell you the team that has 8. 8 is the number. Who's number 1? Who's got the most? Anybody? I see the Dodgers. That is not correct. 8. Any takers out there? I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a pretty good clue. You were watching them less than an hour ago. All right, there's your clue. I should see somebody pop that up in the chat really quick. No, it's not the Phillies. And Kyle, you had a 1 out of 2 chance, but you guessed wrong. So, come on, guys. Kyle, I just gave you the answer. Come on, I'm having my little trivia. Seattle. Mark Gravy Graves got it. Seattle. All right. 7 is the next team. The next team has 7 top 100 players. Can anybody guess that? 7. Who's going to guess 7? I should be giving some prizes away. Who's going to pull it up? I'm waiting. We got some guys typing slow. Cleveland. Nope, it's not Cleveland. There is the winner right there. But he didn't. Wait, why is it? Dodgers or Phillies? It is the Dodgers. It is the Dodgers. Believe it or not, they've got 7, and they keep the thing moving. Now we go down to 6. Who's got 6? This is another playoff team, guys, but this team was eliminated. This team was eliminated. In fact, it was the first team to be eliminated in the playoffs this year. That should give you a very good clue. They have 6. No, it wasn't the Padres or Boston. Nope. Who was it? Come on, there was only one series that was. There's only one series out of the. How many series did we have going in the wild card round? 4, right? And only one team was eliminated like very quickly. No, come on, guys. Especially you, Epakua. You should know this. You should know this easily. There we go, Philip. Reds. They've got 6 top 100 players. Now we've got 2 teams with 5. And these are 2 of the worst teams in baseball. I'll just show you my hats. You can look at the hats there. Look, I'm out of the way. What happened to the other one? Wait a minute. Oh, one fell off. One fell off. Okay, Sox is one of them. They've got 5. And the other team is, I just put them back on the board. They've got 5 too. Just put them back up on the board there. If you haven't figured it out yet, I don't see anybody typing it in. It is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Takes a while for it to show up. You might have already hit send, but then there it is. Pirates. It just showed up. All right. So those 2 teams have 5 top 100 candidates. Now there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams with 4. 6 teams with 4. 2 of them just played each other in a pretty good division series, and it's thought of as the biggest rivalry in baseball in many circles. These 2 teams have 4. So you guys should be able to answer that easily. My chat should be able to get, that's your clue. You should easily be able to come up with these 2 teams when I just told you the clue that many people recognize it as the biggest rivalry in all of baseball. And they just played each other. So I'm waiting for that. Let's see, to get 2 of those. Somebody should knock this off immediately. I gave it away. Boston and the Yankees. You got it, Mark. There's 2 of the 6 teams. The other 2 are in the National League East. Both did not make the playoffs, and one of these teams knocked off the other from making the playoffs. That's your clue. And they're the National League East. One of the teams knocked off the other to prevent that team from making the National League playoffs. You should be able to figure that out. NL East teams. Robert says he wishes he could answer these. He knows them because he's looking at them. All right. I think Gravy Graves is going to come up with this the quickest. 2 teams Mets, Miami. You got it, Mark. There you go. The other two teams, the final two teams. Oh, no, wait. There's actually 4 more. So I guess there's a total of 8. There's 4 more. This team, these two teams are in the American League Central. They are in the American League Central. One of them just won a game an hour ago. The other one, the other team, here's your hint for the other team in the American League Central. Some people might say they're duplicated. They're a duplicated team. All right, there's your hint. Just Twins in Detroit. Mark is on a roll. He got him again. And the last two are in the National League Central. One of them won a game today. The other one is recognized as one of the best run organizations in all of baseball. And they have a guy in their organization who I want to be their next manager for the San Francisco Giants. All right. Gave you another good clue. St. Louis, that's one. And the other, I already said they played today and won. And you know they're in the Milwaukee, St. Louis. Mark Graves, bingo. All right. That's the teams with 4. There is only 4 teams with 3. Okay, 4 teams that have 3. One of them, the first clue on the first one, this is be an easy one, guys, for you. They're just known by their team name. No city representing them. They're just known by one name only. Who is that team that has 3 top 100 prospects? Waiting. This is an easy one, guys. Pretty easy one. No city representing them in the standings. No city. They're just known as. All right. You guys aren't responding quick enough. I'm going to have to tell you. It is the Athletics. The Athletics have 3. And Kyle McKiernan just guessed the Blue Jays. And that's right. That's one of them. That's the second one. But they're known by Toronto Blue Jays. The other 2 are in the National League East. Oh, there's actually 3 more. Yeah. 4 more. I keep forgetting. Man, I'm not seeing well. Okay, 2 in the National League East. We'll tell you that the Phillies and the Nationals, also the Cleveland Indians. I'm calling them the Indians. I don't care what you want to call them. And the other is the Cubbies. And Jill says, I need to know if there's been any talk from Boston being considered. Are you talking about Varitek, Jason Varitek? I have not heard that name come up in the circles. That would be an interesting pick, though. Yeah, Jason Varitek would be a solid pick. Yeah. Let's see. Teams with 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those teams are the Orioles and Tampa Bay. And then you got the Royals. And then you got California Angels. I keep calling them the California Angels. They were the California Angels as I grew up. Whatever they are now, LA Angels, Anaheim, to me, the Angels. And Atlanta has 2. San Diego has 2. And your San Francisco Giants have 2. That would be Bryce Eldridge. And I'm trying to think of the second one. Might be the kid, Yosar De Jesus Gonzalez, I think. I think that's the second one. And the teams with only 1, Houston Astros and Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that's your top 100. Giants only have 2. The Dodgers have 7. And somehow the Giants can't seem to even get that right. So, but pretty crazy. Yeah, Luciano, no more. Exactly. He is no longer considered a prospect. Probably won't even be with the Giants organization. Who knows what they're doing. But guys, I'm going to play this for 10 seconds before I talk. All right, guys, thanks for being here, for being part of NorCal Sports Network. It's been great talking with you. I'm going to go watch the Cal-Duke game. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Duke leading 31-21, Cal driving. We will be back next. We'll do a little baseball probably tomorrow night. And appreciate you guys being part of the show. And make sure you hit that like button on the way out. That like button does alert others to NorCal Sports Network. We really do appreciate that very much. And we got you covered here for playoff baseball, Giants managerial search. Warriors basketball starts in just a few weeks. We got first exhibition game Sunday night. Yes, we are talking Golden State Warriors. Yes, we cover Golden State Warriors, but we do not cover on NorCal Sports, nor will we ever cover the Golden State Valkyries. We like guys that get over the rim. Not dudes that play under the rim. We need guys that play over the rim, not dudes playing under the rim. All right. So, thanks, Philip. Have a great night. So we will see you guys sometime tomorrow night. And we got 49ers football we'll be covering as well during the weeks. They got a day off on tomorrow. Great win Thursday night, if you watch that. What a game that was. Beating the Rams in LA, that was awesome. So thanks for joining. I'll wear another hat tomorrow, maybe. Maybe we'll put another winning hat on, but it will not be the Dodgers, regardless if they win or not. Never putting that hat on. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We will catch you on the next stream, and make sure to smash that like button. Take care, everybody. Have a good